every morning your day starts at Cliff Central, meeting CASPAR LEE and getting to hang out with a really tall guy. I think you need to get back a bit and just see this guy. This guy's got long ass legs. CASPAR, you're in South Africa. You're South African.
Yeah.
And I saw on Twitter South Africa is the best country in the world.
100%, hands down. Seriously.
Yet you live in the UK.
Yeah. Okay. It's not my fault.
Okay.
Yeah. If
well, of course not. I mean, it's got to be someone else's fault. Why take responsibility?
It's Telkom's fault. Why can't they? Or not just Telkom, all of the service providers. Why can't they make internet easier to access here? You know?
Because your life, and I think if older people watch it, like, oh, spoiled little brat wants good internet. Your life is the internet.
100%.
If it weren't for the internet, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be right now. I'd be a waiter at university.
Okay.
It's not too bad, pretty good. Maybe I'd be getting hopefully a law degree. I'm not that stupid.
Okay.
So like if I worked really hard, maybe we could get that.
So if you don't know who CASPAR is South Africa's most famous youngster on YouTube all the time. You got 1.4 million Twitter followers. How many YouTube subscribers?
I think 2.3 now. 2.3.
And any idea how many views you've got in total on all your videos?
Yeah. I think it's like 100 and something million now.
100 and something million views on YouTube.
Doesn't make sense, but it's kind of cool.
Well, that's a good point. It doesn't make sense, but it's kind of cool. I mean, when you started out, surely there were people who were going, you sit in front of a camera, talking to the camera, and then, do you still get that people don't really understand what you do and why you do it?
Yeah, tons of people don't get it, but I think more and more people are understanding it. It's not too different to TV, it's just a different platform. I mean, of course, you don't need a whole crew and you don't need to sign off to management what you're about to make. But that's the beauty of it, and that's why I guess I loved it so much.
So do you get full control of your content? I mean, you've got a relationship with YouTube. What kind of input do they have in what you do and how you do it?
They're like, Google's such a great company. They don't even really work in China because the Chinese government try and control them. So they would never try and control content. I guess you can't do nudity or porn and stuff. You might be able to do that, and then they'll just make it over 18. So they're very, very open. But I try and like censor myself a tiny bit, because if you put something up online, it's never gonna leave. So you got to be a little bit careful about what you say or do.
Yeah. And in terms of the guys that you work with, because that's a big reason you're in the UK as well. I mean, you do a lot of stuff with a lot of YouTubers there. What's that like working from those guys? Do you still learn from them? Do you kind of feel like you've arrived and there isn't that much more to learn now?
No, I've definitely learned from people every day on YouTube. There's always a new like tactic or thing everyone's up to, and there's tons of new websites popping up every month. So you kind of have to learn about them and whether or not they're worth using as part of your social media catalog. But no, I learn from them a lot more than they learn from me. Probably they're pretty advanced.
Now the new Spud movie's coming out sometime. It's taking forever, and you're in it.
I am.
So how did that come about, and what is your role? So
Troy Sivan, the lead character, is a YouTuber, and he has quite a good relationship, I think, with the producers. And I might have mentioned that I had like a dream of being in Spud one day, and he might have mentioned it to them, and then they came to me. So
can you relate to the character of Spud? 100%. Is that a reason?
Yeah. Well, Garlic, the character I play, is in Spud. He's a Malawian boy who ends up in Michael House with Spud, and he doesn't really have any friends, and he's constantly talking about like Malawi, which is kind of like me going to London and I'm constantly talking about South Africa, and I have to kind of make my way in with these people who are kind of more similar than I am to them. So yeah, I guess I could definitely relate. And he's a bit socially awkward, which is true with me, but yeah.
So did you enjoy the process and the acting? Was it difficult? Or was it natural? Did it just come naturally? I mean, you're kind of in front of a camera all the time.
Yeah, I don't think the camera was tough. I guess it was tough. I'm usually in front of a camera with no one holding the camera. Yeah, so that was difficult. And there's I mean, you're wasting people's time if you fuck up. So yeah, that was tough to kind of get used to. But the director was really nice. He let me have a few extra takes every now and then, as I'm definitely the newest member of the cast. Okay. And then I never really had formal acting training. So yeah.
And what's next for you? Where are you heading to after this?
Going to London, then America, and then Canada, and then just a bunch of different places. We do the big part about YouTube now is touring, so you try and meet as many of your subscribers as you can, and there are loads of awesome events in which you can do that now. So we're luckily we get to invited, and it's an awesome way to travel with your friends and see the world.
Awesome. So for the 20 people who don't follow you yet, where do they find you?
Okay, well, just anywhere. My name is usually like if you just search CASPAR, spelled C-A-S-P-A-R, because lots of people spell it incorrectly.
I nearly spelled it wrong last night.
Everyone spells it wrong. It's not her fault. I guess it's the normal way. I guess my parents kind of fucked up by spelling it incorrectly when I was born. Or it's just the British way of spelling. Anyway, so CASPAR LEE, and that should help you find me.
Okay, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
I'm on everything, man.
Everything.
Websites you haven't even heard of yet. Like, and I shouldn't be on them. They're not.
Well, don't tell us about that.
Yeah. Okay. I won't. Sorry.